Welcome back to AniPeeps. Today I'm your host, Boggs. Along with me, I got my two great co-hosts with me, Boom and Mighty. How are you guys doing?
Doing
What
well,
up?
doing well.
Got a new background, at least for when I host. Little change of pace. And yeah, today we will be doing a manga episode where each of us will be talking about one manga recommendation to both each other as well as to our audiences. And for today's, I think we are going with a bit more, I guess, quote unquote newer series. I guess we
Mhm.
kept the criteria a bit more loose for this one. I think our only criteria was more or less of like, it hasn't been uh animated yet. And of course, you could go back like Vagabond would work, but we try to keep it new. We didn't set like a hard date or anything, but
Oh, I thought it was supposed to be ongoing. Oh, I guess it still is
yeah,
ongoing.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
So like ongoing slash no anime, slash maybe like, you know, nothing more than like 10 chapters, or sorry, 10 volumes. So we kept the criteria pretty loose for this one, but I think it's still fair to say that it's still a more or less quote unquote new manga. So yeah, that's what we'll be talking about today. We'll be each giving our own recommendations, and I think for today's, let's start off with Yumo,
Cool. Let's do it.
because yeah,
oh, ready.
Mo's one is this.
So, kicking us off with Wild Strawberry. This is the debut story by Yonemoto Ide. Um, shit. Sorry. Uh, it starts off with like kind of Chainsaw Man esque. It's kind of like where I go to this like Chainsaw and Kaiju mix. Uh, the world's like slowly getting taken over by plants that have evolved, and they can take over people and almost like parasites and overrun in their body. And then you have a like what is it? Plant extermination crew, I think is what they're called. Kind of like the kaiju extermination people
Mm-hmm.
that run around and kind of keep people safe, but it's people trying to navigate daily life, not getting infected, but also living in almost like a rundown and overrun world by plants. So the
Hmm.
plants have slowly starting to take over. The main story follows a brother sister like orphaned pair, Kingo and Kayano, and they're trying to do their best to survive. But Kayano's, who's on the cover here, has become a plant hybrid, and they refer to him as like Jinkas. And so, story kind of follows them two. Fairly new one, only 4 volumes out now. I've read the first 3, but I think story wise, it's nothing super unique. Like I said, it's there's already a few shonens that they've taken inspiration from. But what really caught my eye with this one is the art.
Oh,
Um,
even the cover looks great.
Yeah, I was about to
yeah,
say I added it to my mouth as you were like mentioned the title because the cover art looks so amazing,
yeah.
man.
And I mean, even that's what originally caught my eye is the cover art, and then the title. Wild Strawberry is just kind of like, oh, what is that about? And then as you go on, like it's a very like dark toned anime.
It kind of
It's
like
not
reminds me of
exactly
Hell
apocalyptic.
Paradise, like the flower aspect of it,
Mm,
like Hell
yeah,
Paradise,
Mm.
yeah.
and the
Yeah, and that's a
colors.
good point. I didn't think about that. Um, it is kind of
Mopeds.
similar in that way as well. But Bugs, if you want to throw up some of the
Yep, yep.
panels,
Mo definitely thought, Fox, is it your turn or mine?
Come on,
but
man.
um, yeah,
Oh,
the
dang.
overall the art sets a pretty. It's kind of a pretty dark tone. Um, Nothing really looks go lucky. Like you can kind of see in the buildings, like all those. This is like a more deserted area of the city, but like
Mm-hmm.
the city's just overgrown with plants, and like they're having to deal with giant monster plants like this that that'll basically like either suck the life out of humans or smaller ones that will pretend to be humans and then eat humans, and try to spread their spores to continue to grow and infect. So kind of the running plot of the show or manga is a the brother Kingo trying to figure out how to turn his sister back into a human, and
Mhm.
then also the whole it's called the mother tree or the mother plant is kind of like the first one that appeared and caused the entire situation that they're in. So trying to learn more about the mother tree and like how to, I guess, defeat it and see if they can reverse the plant ridden world that they've been dragged into. If
It's
I'm not mistaken, it's like a 30-year timeline. That like how long the
Like from the start of the mother plant.
uh yeah, from the start of the mother plant to like current day where they are, because they're obviously, I think, like high schoolers ish.
Gotcha.
They're pretty young, but the whole timeline of events of the plants taking over has been about 30 years now.
Question for you, Mo. You might not know it, 'cause I don't know how far you're onto it, and I guess it'd be kind of spoiler. But like the sister, you said she was a hybrid. Is it like eventually gonna take it over, like her body, or is that why? Trying to find the
is it
cure,
like
or
Nezuko in Demon Slayer kind of deal?
I would say, well, I guess, did I bring up Chainsaw Man? I guess why I said Chainsaw
yeah.
Man is that like she actually, minor spoilers, ends up taking
Mm.
over her brother's body and fusing with him. So she's originally
Oh,
the I think they call it Jinka, and then he's about to die in a precarious situation, and she takes over his body and is able to bring him back to life. Being a plant, like just through water,
mhm.
they can like recover body parts and stuff like that. So
That's a
it's
pretty
almost
cool touch.
he now has this like parasite power that's quote unquote a parasite and his sister living inside
Mm.
of him that's kind of protecting him. Almost, I guess, more like the Kyuubi in Naruto, where he can't
Got you.
control it. It'll subconsciously come out of him sometimes when he's in a bad situation and stuff. But he's slowly learning how to use that power,
Mo, you got
stuff
me
like that.
intrigued a lot,
So
man. I'm definitely gonna
it's
read this,
like
man. I'm hyped
like I
up.
said, it's a pretty. It's not like anything brand new in terms of shonen, but I think it's got enough of its own twists
And
that
setting, the setting
yeah,
too.
and setting that it's worth checking out for sure.
Mm,
And
good.
again, it's pretty new too, so if you don't like it in the first couple volumes, like you're not gonna get too deep before you're like, oh, this is dumb.
So
So
it's like the OBM gear for AOT.
I was about to say. I was gonna say, Fox. You want to say it? You want me to?
uh, actually, if you look closely, he's actually holding a pair of scissors, and that's like
Oh
at least
yeah,
I
yeah.
think
Oh,
that
One,
guy's
two
oh,
halves.
and he separates it or something. It looks.
yeah, yeah. You can separate it and use them as
Gotcha.
Nice,
And that's
swords,
his
nice.
and
case
then they
on his
also have like
side.
guns and stuff like that too. Uh,
Dang. Yeah, I
yeah,
don't know
so
what
that's.
Fog was talking about with Nezuko, but you nailed it with the Chainsaw Man reference, man.
Come on,
But
man.
I mean, even there, that's you can see they're both about to get eaten, and this is when he figures out that she's a parasite, and the parasite comes out of her and saves them from another parasite that was about to eat them.
This
Dang.
this looks like pretty good in regards to like the almost like body horror, you know?
Yeah,
Seeing like the human mixed with like plants, like almost grotesque and kind of freaky, you know?
yeah, definitely.
Especially
It's
because
the mangaka's definitely got some wild ideas, man.
and you said this is the mangaka's debut, right? I said I believe in the beginning you
Hmm.
said that. Oh, dang.
Yeah,
So he might just pop off, man. I don't know if this is a popular series or, but
it is in Shonen Jump Plus at least, so uh, very big publication. So
Yeah, yeah. Shonen
wouldn't be
Jump Plus is
surprised if
definitely pushing out some good stuff.
yeah. So, maybe with Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, all those guys coming to an end, this will be a part of that next era of the big three.
We'll have to
heard it
see
from
Just
Mo
though.
first,
maybe.
man.
Looks
Mo
good
first.
though. Looks great.
Off to a great start, man.
All right, boom out. So that was Wild Strawberry, Mo's pick, and I will let Boom take over the next one, which
Funny because
is
once again, a different
Change of
manga
Pace.
than Moe's. Yeah, change of pace. Title. I'm gonna say the English one. I see your face. Turned away. If one of you guys want to read the Japanese title, you can if you want to.
Kimi no Yokogawa wo mite ita. So pretty much, yeah, what you
Perfect.
said.
Yeah, I know it's translation, but this one's more so of a romance manga. I've only read a handful of chapters, but from what I've read, I feel like there's gonna be a twist coming up like really, really soon. So I
Oh
want to keep
no.
reading it. But just to give you a quick summary of what I've read so far, there's basically three main characters we're following. The first one is on the cover right here. Her name is Hikari. Just your typical high school freshman. And she was actually in the beginning of the story daydreaming about her best friend, who's another girl. Her name is, I think it was Mari. Um, but she's incredibly shy, so she's like the character type that doesn't talk to anybody besides Hikari. But she just was daydreaming about her finding her first love, basically making her a love story, and then it turns to be as the chapter goes on. Actually, turns out one of the boys in class named Otani is actually has a crush on her friend Mari, and then that's when you see if you want to flip through some pages, Boggs, I can kind of explain it. Again, I didn't read that much, but this is her Hikari in the bathtub, just like daydreaming about like making her own love story, right? And you see Mari and Otani as the main characters, and then the twist happens if you want to keep going, because now like she realized Otani likes Mari, and then she tries to set them up, right? But Mari keeps like running away throughout like the first volume, and then this is where I don't know if it's gonna be dark or anything like that. But if you switch two more or maybe one more, this is just
Yeah.
her
Yeah.
saying MC and stuff like that. Oh, did I not put it? I might have not put it, but um, at the end of the chapter I was reading, it was it showed like a handsome teacher, right? And everyone had a crush on her. And then when Hikari and Otani was trying to find Mari because she kind of like scurried away from their lunch, you just see Mari talking with the teacher. So
Oh god.
that's why I stopped off. So I was thinking it's gonna be some twist, man, but it might not be.
It's probably maybe some like added drama or
Yeah.
something like that.
But then, like every time I look at Mao, like the teacher is one of the main characters too,
Oh
and
boy.
he's like a younger teacher
Yeah.
too. So you just don't know. From at least for where I left off, I feel like there's gonna something juicy is about to pop up,
Oh
man.
boy.
Was getting love triangle vibes at
Yeah,
first, that she might
that's
end
what I
up
thought.
stealing the
Cause
place, but maybe the teacher's gonna be a helper, an
yeah,
accomplice for her.
yeah, and once again, I haven't read that much, so but it's hinted from very start that Cuddy actually likes Otani too, the boy that likes um her friend, but you
I,
just don't know why she's so shy or anything like that. You just see this Chad of a teacher,
oh god. Yeah, I do love me
and
my
like,
love triangles though, so I will be checking this one out.
and then again,
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep reading it too, but just looking at Mal comments, trying not to spoil myself. It's like always. And even the synopsis on Mal, it says not bad, right? At the end, a youthful story between four kids going through love? Question mark.
Oh
So
man.
just
Yeah, very very vague.
yeah. But this is one of the ongoing series that I'm
Right.
currently reading. But man,
You made me want to kind of pinch through this just to see what's
also
going
it
on.
I might
For real.
my theory, not theory, but it might just be like she's just talking to the teacher. You know what I mean? But it
Yeah.
just like when you see Hikari's face when she like realized where her friend is in the classroom.
Oh no.
Get
feel
you.
like I know just as much as Boom does about this right now. But I'm quite intrigued.
Uh, You guys would be pissed, right? If it was nothing, just her asking about homework.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that happening, whereas they kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
blow it
But then
out of proportion within themselves, and it turns out to be something super simple.
I think it'll still be a good, even if nothing's happening with the teacher or anything like that, which I don't really care. But what was it? The love triangle was gonna still be a good
Yeah, yeah. No, those are
and there
also
was
fun
also
read.
another there was also another male character too. But he was again I didn't read that much, so I can't really say anything about him. But it looked like he might be a part of it too. So
Gotcha, gotcha.
and then the art's good, and I feel like I don't read that much romance animes that much, so
No,
it's a
like,
good
but
start.
based on like the panels and stuff, it seems
Hmm.
kind of cute, maybe
He's
like
like she's
romance.
very shy. Like even when everyone's saying good morning, she doesn't know what to say or anything
Yeah,
like that.
I do like that Jolt facial
Hmm.
expression there.
But you also feel like the main character, like the main character Hikari, just kind of feels like I wouldn't say lonely, but like she wants to be the main character, of the
Yeah,
love story
yeah. Guess there's only one way to find out. We'll have to check this one out.
together.
Yes.
So I had to figure out too, man.
Yeah. At this
Trippy.
point, I think we all have to know at this point.
That is true, man. But yeah, little
Uh,
change of
Nice.
pace.
Good hook. Good hook, boom.
indeed,
Hook
indeed.
myself, man.
And yeah, that was Boom's pick. If you want to say the title
Last
again, uh, uh,
Sheesh. In Japanese?
no, no, it's like looking at your face sideways or something, your side face.
Come on,
See
man.
your face turned away, I think it
Yeah,
was.
I see your face turned away. Yep.
Gotcha, gotcha. I mean, I guess maybe that is alluding to maybe like her face is turned away towards the teacher. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Hopefully, it doesn't take that dark route, but yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out.
We'll keep you
Um,
updated.
yes, yes. So that was Boom's
Last but not
pick.
least,
Yep.
Boggs. Let's hear it.
And yeah, mine's more or less in oops, Boom's thing, and yeah, so a romance pick for me. This is kind of like if you're a slice of life slash with a hint of romance in there. This is one certainly for you, and this is the title for this one is On the Balcony Again Today. Uh, so yeah, this one's generally like a slice of life with a gradually building up element of romance to it. Um, our our story follows Tokita, our male protagonist, as well as Narumi, our female protagonist, and kind of as the title alludes to, on the balcony again today, they Narumi, our female protagonist, just moves into her new apartment. Um, because we kind of find out pretty early on in the series that she is a actress, and she like kind of moves there, and our male protagonists, they're neighbors now, and he's like a freelance designer, and he's actually, I think, like worked on one of her stuff without him knowing. But a lot of the early story kind of follows them. You could kind of see on the bottom panel there, they kind of chat over the balcony. So they start off not knowing what each other look like, but they slowly build a bond with each other because our male protagonist, he has a big hobby of gardening. So you could kind of see in the panel there, he has like a lot of plants there. And it kind of almost like, if you didn't check out our last video, check it out. But Boom selection with the sushi one. For this
Hmm.
one, it's a bit more like the small focus. It's not a big focus at all, but they do add like a small focus on the plants. So like he'll talk, like they'll be talking across a veranda, like the balcony's barrier, and she'll be like, "Oh, what are you planting?" And he'll talk about like it's summer, so during summer these are like good plants to do. This is how I plant them. So they do have a bit like of the plant hobbyist element in there. But like I'm not like a big fan of like gardening or anything like that, but it is still like kind of interesting reading some of the information on the plants. But the more bigger picture is like the slice of life element, and kind of like the brewing romance between the two. You know, like she early on in the series, like she finds a plant in kind of like the place where the dumpster picks it up, and she finds like three uh wood looking plants, and she didn't want it to die or anything like that, so she takes it, and he kind of gives her pointers on how to grow it, talking about like it's a really easy plant, and they kind of just bond over chatting over the balcony, and they don't even know what they look like. um and yeah, it's pretty much that. And then a little bit later on, I guess, like, spoiler alert, like they do end up seeing what each other looks like, but it's kind of like the not cat and mouse, but it's like one of those series where even the build up to like, oh, what does she look like, I've been talking over this wall to her for like a long time now, like I really wonder what she does for a living, and like I really want to know what she looks like, which is kind of funny because they sometimes kind of encounter each other outside of the balcony, when they're like, say, shopping at the bakery or something like that, but they don't know that they're kind of interacting. So yeah. But yeah.
Nice. I'm hooked. I'm hooked,
Yeah, I'll
man.
definitely check
Just
this out.
the main character's design, or not main character, but I guess I assume this is from the male's point of view, right?
Yeah,
The
our
story.
yeah, but it because it's like a one, it's like these two are the main character, so we do jump a
Mm.
lot to her end where she's, we go to her workplace where she travels because she's an actress, and we get to see a little bit about that. And like there's one moment where there's like a typhoon, so and this happens early on, so it's not really a spoiler, but there's a typhoon, and she's like, oh no, like I can't go home today. And then later on, she's like, oh no, like I left my plant out, but I need to put the plant in. But like she comes back the next day kind of worried about her plant, but our the male protagonist neighbor, like he noticed it, and he did like a little lasso thing with a rope to kind of push it towards a corner so it doesn't like fly around. And you
Dang,
know
OP.
and
Clutch.
and it's cute too, like he'll leave a note saying like they sometimes leave each other notes, and they just get into like a bunch of stuff with kind of like they're obviously their neighbors, and she begins to pick up the interest in like the gardening stuff too, so that's kind of like their hook to kind of talk to each other. But they also talk about like work and stuff, and I said earlier where they do eventually see what each other looks like, and things build up from there. But yeah,
Is it
really cute romance and slice of life, comfy type read.
is it the same author as Rent a Girlfriend?
It does look like it with the cover, huh? With the female character at least.
And like the balcony scenes,
Yeah, it is not, but I do know why you
Just
think that.
accused it, man.
But yeah,
And
Yeah.
very
models.
cute show, very cute series.
Some of it too, how when you were talking about it, especially like them not knowing each other faces, reminded me a little bit about smoking behind the supermarket. Um,
Yeah,
Kind of a
that's a good
similar vibe.
comparison. It's like it's one of those series where you're just waiting for, because obviously it's gonna happen. Like same with Super, and we'll probably talk about that series another time. But it's just one of those where like it's gonna happen. You're just waiting for how it's gonna happen. And with this one, it does happen early on, and majority of what happens after is post knowing what each other looks like kind of thing. But
Mm,
Hmm.
no, I do agree with you there.
good
Nice.
recommendation box, and you as well, Mo, for that wild strawberry. It's a good
Yeah, I
little
think
mangas.
fair, kind of diverse today. I guess we had a bit of overlap on the romance, but who knows, maybe
Mm,
Boom's one takes a pivot
it's a scary turn.
elsewhere. Yeah. Yeah. But
Yeah. I mean, two new ones for me to hear about from you guys. So
Same
looking
as
forward to
well.
adding them to the Mal.
yep. And this one's I think six volumes so far. So not too new, but not too pretty easy to catch up on, especially because this is like
I,
a very easy read.
I think both your guys' I would want to watch the anime too. You know, just I haven't read it obviously, but it's just the way you guys made it sound.
Yeah, this
Be good
hopefully
anime
this one
watch.
gets animated. We'll see. We'll see.
I would hope
Yeah.
Moe's too, but
Yeah.
maybe I don't know if it's too gory. I guess Hell's Paradise. Kind of the same vibe, like you
Nah,
said.
I don't think the gore would stop it from. Because I mean, they can always tone that down, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I think
I
like
mean, but
maybe
like I think about like
2026 or
Parasite
something.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Those kind of things, like a little bit more mature ones do exist. So
I think with most
just
pick
hope
it's
it
just
picks up.
yeah, just a matter of not being enough source material uh
Right.
for the wiggle room. So maybe like in 2 years or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Another good one, fellas.
yes, yes. I will definitely be
sir.
checking out two more new series on my read list. So, um yeah, if you guys liked what we were describing with our recommendations, please let us know and make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and if you guys could comment something that you would recommend to us based off what we talked about today, that would be cool too. And yeah, if you guys have nothing else to say, then I think we could finish this one up.
Sir.
Sir.
All right. All right, peace out.
Later.
Peace.